Welcome to this explainer. You know, for decades, the heavy-duty luxury off-road scene has basically been a VIP club dominated by the exact same legendary names. But today, a massive new competitor from China is threatening to completely upend that global status quo. We're talking about the GWM Tank 700 H4-T. We're going to break down its performance, its honestly staggering list of features, and, of course, the very real potential risks of buying into a totally unproven brand new platform. Let's dive in. So it all really boils down to one massive, unavoidable question. What actually happens when you mix G-class levels of luxury with entirely untested technology? Look, legacy kings like the Toyota Land Cruiser, the Lexus GX, and the Mercedes G-Class, they have decades of heritage behind them. But let's be real, heritage can sometimes mean really slow innovation. Can a heavy-hitting newcomer packed with cutting-edge features actually dethrone these absolute legends? Or does lacking a decades-long track record make it just way too big of a gamble for the average buyer?
First impressions absolutely matter, and the Tank 700 is an aggressive challenger aiming straight for the crown. I mean, just look at the design language here. The massive grille, those muscular, almost tank-like body lines, it is explicitly built for the buyer who wants a commanding, military-inspired presence. A presence that literally refuses to be ignored in city traffic. It's really for someone who wants a highly unique alternative to the traditional Japanese SUVs, giving you this bold, road-dominating look that feels incredibly expensive.
All right, let's get into the actual hardware, because we need to prove this isn't just some city SUV dressed up in a tough guy costume. A lot of luxury SUVs today look rugged, right? But the minute they hit a dirt trail, they completely fall apart. The Tank 700, though, is heavily armed for difficult terrain. With a true four-wheel drive system, massive ground clearance, and locking differentials, which, by the way, are absolute lifesavers when you're buried up to your axles in deep mud and need maximum traction, this machine is built for adventurous families who actually want to abuse their SUV on the weekends. Throw in multiple terrain modes and a really robust suspension setup, and you've got a vehicle that is highly capable in the mountains, out in the deserts, or deep in the snow. Now, step inside the cabin, and you are hit with a massive value proposition. We are talking huge infotainment screens, ultra-premium leather materials, incredibly spacious seating, and ambient lighting that feels remarkably close to top-tier German luxury. But here is the real kicker. It comes at a highly competitive price point. You are getting significantly more features and way better technology for your money simply because you aren't paying that legacy brand tax you'd get slapped with on a Range Rover or a G-Class. It's a hugely compelling argument for buyers who just want maximum luxury without the inflated brand name markup. And then there's the powertrain. The Hi4-T hybrid system doesn't just save you a few drops of gas at the pump, it completely transforms the vehicle's driving dynamics. In brutal stop-and-go city traffic, you're getting a refined, efficient cruise compared to traditional, thirsty, large SUVs. But the second you point it up a dirt trail, that instant electric torque gives you silent, relentless, low-speed climbing power that traditional combustion engines really struggle to match without revving out of control. It is a highly sophisticated blend of daily refinement and rugged off-road capability. Okay, but as impressive as all that tech and luxury is, we have to address the elephant in the room here. Long-term reliability is entirely unproven. Toyota and Lexus command absolute blind loyalty from their buyers because, well, you know a Land Cruiser will probably outlive you. The Tank brand, it just hasn't earned that reputation yet. The hybrid system's reliability is still being tested globally, and there is simply very little long-term ownership data available for this platform right now.
And you know, this uncertainty goes way beyond just the engine. Modern Chinese luxury SUVs are packed to the absolute brim with proprietary screens, sensors, and AI systems. Over time, that creates this cascading chain of financial and maintenance risks. Think about it. Overly complex systems are highly prone to software glitches. As the vehicle ages, those glitches often turn into hard electronic failures. And because these are proprietary AI systems, fixing them means incredibly expensive future repairs. So what happens when repairs are expensive? The used car market panics, and that leads to brutal, rapid depreciation and much lower resale demand.
Beyond just the electronics, there are some highly practical ownership hurdles you've got to consider. First off, physics always wins. This is an incredibly heavy vehicle. If you drive aggressively, no hybrid battery on Earth is going to completely save you from painful fuel consumption. Furthermore, if a proprietary part breaks, you might be looking at extremely frustrating delays waiting for parts to be shipped internationally. And depending on where you live, good luck finding a local certified mechanic who actually knows how to quickly troubleshoot this specific Hi4-T system.
So how do you actually weigh all of this? Honestly, it comes down to a pretty simple decision matrix. Buy the Tank 700 if you are a tech-loving adventurer who wants a fresh, totally unique SUV with a powerful hybrid punch, futuristic luxury, and serious off-road chops, all at an unbeatable price. But avoid it if you're a traditionalist. If your absolute top priorities are knowing exactly what your car will be worth in 5 years, having access to cheap and simple maintenance, and resting easy on decades of proven mechanical reliability, then you should absolutely stick to the established Japanese or European legacy brands.
The Tank 700 Hi4-T is undeniably one of the most impressive, disruptive luxury off-roaders we've seen hit the market in years. It is putting legacy brands firmly on notice that challengers can and will offer extraordinary value. But as we've seen, innovation always carries a shadow of risk. So I will leave you with this final thought. Is cutting-edge luxury really worth the ultimate risk of the unknown? Are you willing to pioneer the future of luxury off-roading? Or is peace of mind the one true luxury you just aren't willing to trade? Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer, and as always, keep questioning the road ahead.